Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 8th of May for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the standout details to look out for that we can all collectively relate to, but please stay with me. I will then explore each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces in much greater detail. Now this week sees Jupiter and Pluto continue their right angle. Pluto's about power and of course is now in retrograde. Jupiter is about expansion. So when we get them at right angles, there can be a tendency to try a little bit too hard, or we may encounter somebody who's trying to enforce their will on us. And at the heart of this week's events, of course, is the energy compacted into the sign of Taurus. This is where the Sun is, which is critical, the retreating, retrograding Mercury, but also the North Node. So our values, our everyday money, our self-worth, still very much in focus. But we now have Venus in the sign of Cancer along with Mars, and that's a water sign, and they're both interacting really positively with two influences in another water sign of Pisces, and that's in the guise of Saturn and Neptune. So what can we take from this? Well, I feel that this is a week where we need to be very tuned in to how things feel. So even if we're dealing with some practicalities, very Taurus-like energy, or money, or we're grappling with something that may not necessarily be that easy due to the Mercury retrograde, there could be some snags or snares or some rethinking going on. The best way to navigate all of this is to listen to our inner guide, so our sixth sense, because when we go against that, that's when things can get a little tricky. But we also have a quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius on Thursday, where Pluto is, and that is in a square with the Sun in Taurus. So I feel one of the things that can come into this week could be some challenges around our future planning or our connections to others, where our values or the financial elements of a situation don't quite stack up in the way that we hope, which is the 11th house energy of higher expectations. So we need to keep our feet very much on the ground with this earthy energy, but tune into how things feel. Now, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us. This is very much a community. I'd be honoured if you'd subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And do share any thoughts you have. I try to interact with each one. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. And if you would like your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, then please see the link below where you can subscribe. I've been writing these for about 28 years, and I think that's unusual amongst the YouTube astrologers. So Gemini, your week commencing the 8th of May forecast continues to see your ruler working its way through its retrograde for one final full week in the most psychological part of your situation. But there are so many positive connections this week, from Mercury itself to the rather stern Saturn. So something that you're doing behind the scenes. You may have been doing a lot of research. You may have been taking soundings. You may have been listening carefully to what people think, and that's been shaping some of your activities, but you may not be quite ready to be more public in your approach. But I think your financial sector is actually given quite the boost this week. But also it could be that you're going to do something with any time or energy or practical assistance that you may have to assist someone who's a little bit less fortunate. Now, it may just be covering for a colleague at work if they want to have some time out. It may be something that's to do with some kind of charitable organisation. But I feel that there is the potential for uplift around your finances and resources this week. But what about that quarter moon which occurs? Well, it is in the sign of Aquarius, which for you is very much about where you want to expand your ideas and your philosophies, or gain more information. And of course Pluto is retrograde in that area now. But if there are any sensitivities washing around your situation, I think that quarter moon can amplify them, so they can feel that much bigger and more vivid. And that is something to watch out for a little bit. But despite the fact that Mercury is just slowing things down, and that could be a little draining, you may not quite have the physical vitality you would really like. The thrust between Mars and Neptune, Venus and Saturn, the North Node and Saturn, Mercury and Saturn, there's so many good aspects this week to go for, and that's quite exciting for you. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data, of time, date and place of birth, I can produce for you your life roadmap report. This can help you to get a much more intimate understanding of the patterns that have played out in your life so far, but also seize the opportunities much more firmly. Also, my special package of 30% off, you will get your 12-month personal forecast, totally unique to you, which can give you searing insights for the time and months to come. If you don't know your time of birth, I've a new product I've developed based very much on the sun. So if you enjoy watching your sun sign videos on YouTube, these will make a lot of sense. The same package, 30% off. Please see the link below. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do like, comment or subscribe.